Astronomers just dropped a bombshell update on asteroid 2024 YR4. At first, the numbers looked terrifying. More than a 3% chance it could smash into Earth in December 2032, the highest risk rating ever logged for any asteroid. But fresh data, including readings from the James Webb Space Telescope, flipped the script. Earth is safe, for now. This rock, named 2024 YR4, was first spotted on December 28, 2024, by the ATLAS Survey Telescope in Chile. By the time scientists noticed it, the asteroid had already zipped past its closest approach, hidden in the blinding glare of the sun. That delay showed just how tricky planetary defense can be. Anything coming from the sun's direction is nearly impossible to see until it's too late. Early orbital models painted a chilling picture. YR4 could be on a direct collision course. Each new observation shook things up, sometimes pushing the odds higher, sometimes lower. By February 2025, the impact chance spiked at 3.1%, officially making it the riskiest asteroid ever tracked. At an estimated 60 meters wide, YR4 isn't dinosaur killer size, but don't get it twisted. It's still deadly. An asteroid that big could wipe out an entire city in one strike, earning the label City Killer. To lock down its true path, scientists had no choice but to turn to the most advanced eyes humanity has ever built, the world's top telescopes and instruments. The European Southern Observatory's Very Large Telescope and NASA's James Webb Space Telescope stepped in to deliver game-changing precision. With JWST floating above Earth's atmosphere, it pulled off extended observations no ground telescope could ever match. By mid-2025, the improved data finally crushed the nightmare scenario of an Earth impact. Huge relief. But what came next shocked astronomers even more. The recalculated path hinted at a new target, our own moon. As of June, the numbers showed a 4.3% chance of a lunar strike. That's still more likely to miss than hit, but the odds are unsettlingly high enough for scientists to start running full-scale impact models and even discuss possible responses. For now, YR4 has slipped too far into the dark to track, vanishing from telescopes until 2028. Only then will astronomers know if the danger fades, or if the moon is still dead in its sights. If asteroid YR4 really did smash into the moon, it would be an event unlike anything humanity has ever seen. Even at just 60 meters across, slamming into lunar rock at cosmic speeds, the blast would unleash staggering energy. Models suggest a crater nearly a kilometer wide, on par with Arizona's meteor crater, but carved into the moon's surface as the largest fresh scar in 5,000 years. The initial flash would blaze bright enough to be seen from Earth, glowing for seconds. And for the first time ever, the world could witness a massive lunar impact unfold live in the night sky. But the show in the sky wouldn't be the only fallout. A strike like this could blast up to 100 million kilograms of lunar dust and rock straight into space. Most of it would crash back down onto the moon's surface, but some fragments could break free and race toward Earth. That means an intense meteor storm could light up our skies. Fine dust grains would burn harmlessly in the atmosphere, dazzling to watch. But the real threat would be to satellites circling above us. Here's where things get scary. Even debris the size of a grain of sand, moving faster than a bullet, can shred sensitive instruments, solar panels, or communication systems. Models predict satellites could take the hit of 10 years' worth of normal space debris, all crammed into just a few days. And on the moon, the danger only multiplies. By the 2030s, astronauts, research bases, and advanced equipment are expected to be operating right there on the lunar surface. Without an atmosphere to slow the fragments, flying debris could slam directly into habitats or critical infrastructure. Even the tiniest shards could become deadly hazards. For Earth itself, the risk stays small. Our atmosphere would burn up nearly everything, leaving little more than pebbles. But for satellites and lunar missions, the stakes are massive, and space agencies may have no choice but to plan extra defenses against a storm like this. While the risks are no joke, scientists also see a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The Moon's surface is littered with craters, but almost all of them date back to ancient times. If asteroid YR4 actually slammed into it, we'd witness something unprecedented. The first chance in modern history to study a massive lunar impact live. From Earth-based telescopes, satellites in orbit, and landers sitting right on the Moon, every moment could be tracked, from the blinding flash to the fallout of debris scattering across space. That kind of data could transform what we know about how craters form, how impacts unfold, and how energy rips through planetary surfaces. For planetary scientists, it wouldn't just be a disaster, it would be the ultimate natural experiment. But it also raises a bigger question. What does planetary defense really mean now? Until recently, the mission was simple: keep Earth safe. NASA's 2022 DART mission already proved it's possible by nudging asteroid Dimorphos off course. But as humanity starts building bases, satellites, and infrastructure beyond Earth, defense might have to expand. Protecting the Moon could be just as critical as protecting Earth itself. If 2028's new observations confirm a real lunar threat, space agencies may be forced to debate something never done before. Should we deflect an asteroid not for Earth, but for the Moon? That's a whole new playbook for planetary defense. And humanity isn't standing still. NASA's NEO Surveyor, 2027, ESA's Naomi satellite in the 2030s, and the Vera Rubin Observatory are all on deck, built to hunt asteroids sneaking in from the Sun's blind spot, the same place YR4 hid until it was already past Earth. Together, these tools will supercharge early warning systems. Most experts still believe future data will lower the odds of a moonstrike. But this episode already taught a hard lesson. Probabilities can swing fast, small asteroids are sneaky, and as we expand into space, the meaning of planetary defense may change forever. But here's where it gets even wilder. If YR4 were to strike, the flash of impact wouldn't just light up the Moon, it would light up debates here on Earth. Governments, space agencies, and private space companies would all be thrown into the spotlight. Who takes responsibility if lunar infrastructure gets damaged? Who decides if billions should be spent on a deflection mission when Earth isn't even the target? Already, some insiders are whispering that a lunar impact could test international treaties on space activity like never before. For scientists, the draw is irresistible. Imagine being able to watch a crater being born in real time, measuring every shockwave and plume of dust. But for policymakers, the nightmare is liability. What if fragments from the blast wreck a billion-dollar satellite? What if lunar bases belonging to different nations are put at risk? The Moon is quickly turning into prime real estate for the next space race, and a stray rock could spark arguments no treaty ever anticipated. YR4 may just be a chunk of rock in space, but its potential path has already started raising some very earthly questions. Questions about power ownership and who really controls humanity's future in space. Meanwhile, space fans across the globe are already imagining the show of a lifetime. A moonstrike by YR4 would be the most spectacular event visible to the naked eye since Halley's Comet, or even brighter. Telescopes would capture every second, while live streams could broadcast the flash to millions in real time. Entire cities could gather outdoors to watch history explode in the night sky. But beyond the beauty lies the fear. For satellites, an incoming storm of high-velocity debris could spark a communications blackout. Internet services, GPS navigation, even weather monitoring could be disrupted if enough satellites were hit. Experts say it wouldn't take many damaged systems to cause serious problems for airlines, shipping companies, or global finance. Imagine millions trying to check maps, flights, or money transfers, and the signals just aren't there. On the Moon itself, future astronauts would face the unthinkable. A wall of flying debris with no atmosphere to slow it down could rip through habitats like shrapnel. Missions decades in the making could be jeopardized in a matter of seconds. YR4 might be small compared to extinction-level asteroids, but its impact would be felt in ways that could shake both science and society. And then comes the biggest twist. YR4 isn't the only asteroid scientists are worried about. The space around Earth is crawling with thousands of near-Earth objects, many of them still undiscovered. What makes YR4 so unnerving is how close it came to slipping by completely unnoticed, hiding in the sun's glare until it had already passed its closest approach. If it hadn't been caught when it was, the story could have been very different. That's why astronomers call YR4 a wake-up call. It proves that even relatively small asteroids can sneak up on us, carrying risks big enough to disrupt modern life or damage our growing ambitions in space. And if one asteroid can blindside us, how many more are out there right now waiting to be found? The fact that this one isn't heading for Earth should be comforting, but instead, it's sparking a bigger fear. What if the next one isn't so forgiving? Scientists know it's not a matter of if, but when. The real question is whether humanity will be ready when that day comes. Looking ahead, the next big moment comes in 2028. That's when YR4 will swing back into view, giving astronomers their first chance in years to recheck its orbit and confirm whether the Moon is still in danger. By then, new technology like NASA's NEO surveyor and Europe's upgraded monitoring satellites will be online, ready to hunt asteroids with unprecedented precision. If YR4 still shows a real threat, the debate about deflection could explode into the mainstream. And here's the catch. Moving an asteroid isn't easy. Even NASA's DART mission only managed to nudge a small moonlet slightly off course, and that was years of planning for a carefully chosen target. Deflecting YR4 away from the Moon would be riskier, harder, and possibly more controversial. What if the maneuver accidentally pushes it closer to Earth instead? Some critics already argue that trying to interfere with YR4 could be more dangerous than doing nothing at all. One thing's for sure, the next time this asteroid comes into view, the world will be watching. Whether it's the first step toward a new era of planetary defense or the opening scene of a cosmic showdown, YR4 has already proven it can't be ignored. Asteroid 2024 YR4 may no longer be gunning for Earth, but the Moon isn't out of the crosshairs just yet. A strike in 2032 could carve a massive new crater, trigger a spectacular meteor storm, and even put satellites and future lunar missions at risk. For scientists, it would be a once-in-history chance to study an impact as it happens, live and in real time. YR4 is the ultimate reminder that space is unpredictable, and humanity must stay ready for whatever comes next. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and drop a comment if you want more breaking updates on stories just like this.